This is what you need to know now. Springtime weather extremes, from damaging tornadoes to blinding snow causing this highway pileup. President Trump once again attacking Pope Leo, and now Vice President J.D. Vance is giving the Pope some advice. The mystery surrounding the death of a social media influencer found dead on vacation after celebrating her engagement. Plus, the chunk of ice that slammed through the roof of a home. And we take you to the world's largest bug farm. We have much more what you need to know now. I'm Elizabeth Schulze from ABC News. It's Wednesday, April 15th. This is what you need to know. We'll show you the restaurant freebies for tax day and the NFL reporter now resigning after photos with the coach of the Patriots. But first, the big story. Millions on alert as dangerous storms sweep across the plains and Midwest. At least 7 tornadoes were reported across multiple states. 5 of those were in southern Wisconsin, where this church was destroyed. The National Weather Service says 2 tornadoes touched down in Michigan. Widespread damage is being reported here in Carson City. And a powerful twister packing 125-mile-per-hour winds caused severe damage in Ottawa, Kansas. The roof of this hotel ripped off and homes destroyed. In Iowa, this funnel cloud was spotted moving slowly across open fields. It's all part of a multi-day severe weather outbreak across the region. The dangerous weather is stretching to far west Colorado. A massive pileup involving nearly 70 vehicles shut down part of Interstate 70. Officials say 8 people were taken to the hospital, involving multiple semi-trucks. The cause is under investigation. Now to the war in Iran. President Trump says he thinks the war will be ending soon. The first round of talks did not achieve the goals of the White House, which led to the president implementing a military blockade on the Strait of Hormuz. Ian Pannell is in Tel Aviv.
President Trump again saying that he thinks the war with Iran could end soon, signaling a new round of peace talks, potentially, and telling Fox News he thinks it's close to being over. Also speaking to our John Carl, saying, I think you're going to be watching an amazing 2 days ahead. But there'll be many similar predictions throughout this war, which is now in its 7th week, and Vice President Vance, who led the last peace effort, warning there's a lot of mistrust between the two sides. This morning, the Washington Post reporting that thousands more US troops are being sent to the region to squeeze Iran further, and Iran's armed forces calling the US blockade a violation of the ceasefire, now warning that Iran's armed forces will stop any exports and imports in the Persian Gulf, the Sea of Oman, and the Red Sea.
Pope Leo has landed in Cameroon as part of his 10-day African tour. It comes amid attacks from President Trump, who's suggesting the Pope is unaware of Iran's actions against its citizens. President posting last night, will someone please tell Pope Leo that Iran has killed at least 42,000 innocent, completely unarmed protesters in the last 2 months, and that for Iran to have a nuclear bomb is absolutely unacceptable. Pope Leo has been outspoken against the war, calling Trump's threat to destroy a whole civilization truly unacceptable. Now, Vice President J.D. Vance says the Pope should be more careful when talking about theology.
In the same way that it's important for the Vice President of the United States to be careful when I talk about matters of public policy, I think it's very, very important for the Pope to be careful when he talks about matters of theology. If you're going to opine on matters of theology, you've got to be careful. You've got to make sure it's anchored in the truth. And that's one of the things that I try to do. And it's certainly something I would expect from the clergy.
Vance is the nation's highest-ranking Catholic politician. The Pope has vowed to keep up his appeal for peace. Back in the U.S., the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department is investigating a new sexual assault allegation against disgraced former Congressman Eric Swalwell. Lana Drews accuses Swalwell of assaulting her in a hotel room in 2018, claiming she believes he drugged her drink. Swalwell's attorney says he categorically and unequivocally denies the claims, calling them false and fabricated. Swalwell resigned this week amid growing accusations, with at least 6 women coming forward. Arizona Senator Ruben Gallego, one of Swalwell's closest friends on Capitol Hill, was asked what he knew.
Swalwell had called you his best friend. You have never asked him about any of the rumors that have been swirling around Democratic politics of his inappropriate behavior?
I did ask him, and he liked me.
New York Congressman Mike Lawler is demanding Gallego release all communications with Swalwell. Gallego says his friendship with Swalwell is over, adding he's willing to provide text messages between the two. We're learning more about the upcoming royal visit taking place during the last week of this month. Britain's King Charles and Queen Camilla will travel to Washington, D.C., New York, and Virginia. In Washington, the king will address Congress before a White House state dinner. In 1991, his mother, Queen Elizabeth, became the first British monarch to address the United States Congress. In California, a chunk of ice crashed through the roof of this home near Los Angeles, landing in the living room. Radar data shows a plane that flew over the area at the time. No one was hurt. We have much more What You Need to Know. Here's your daily briefing. Other big stories that we're following on ABC News. A deepening mystery involving the death of a popular lifestyle influencer in East Africa. 31-year-old Ashley Robinson, known to her Instagram followers as Ashley Janae, was found dead in her hotel in Tanzania, where she and her fiancé were celebrating her birthday. Authorities say she died by suicide, but her fiancé is being questioned by police, and an investigation into her death is ongoing. NFL reporter Diana Russini has resigned from The Athletic after she and Patriots head coach Mike Vrabel were photographed hugging and holding hands at a hotel in Arizona. Both are married and have claimed the interactions were platonic, but The Athletic, which is owned by the New York Times, opened an investigation which raised questions about Russini's conduct. In her resignation letter, Russini saying this media frenzy is hurtling forward without regard for the review process. I have no interest in submitting to a public inquiry that has already caused far more damage than I am willing to accept. And today is April 15th, tax day for anyone who has yet to file their 2025 federal income taxes. And there's no reason to go hungry. At Krispy Kreme, tax filers can buy a dozen donuts and get another dozen free. Wendy's has 6 free chicken nuggets with any $5 purchase. Plenty of other chains are also offering tax day deals, many involving the use of their apps. And new today, voters in South Hadley, Massachusetts have rejected that massive property tax hike. One of the plans voted down would have raised taxes by 50%. Finally, before you go, a look inside the world's largest bug farm, changing the way that we feed livestock. The key here is protein-rich insects known as the black soldier fly. A company in France is using the flies to create more sustainable animal feed, including for pets. Feeding animals insects instead of meat and fish slashes energy, emissions, and costs. Maggie Rulli visited the farm, which houses billions of flies.
We are standing in a room full of flies. The flies are on our camera lens right now. It might seem bizarre, but really what's in this room right now could be life-changing. So much, in fact, that there's so much top secret IP in this industry. We can't show half of what's in this room on camera.
Even the waste from the flies is used for fertilizer. That is what you need to know. For breaking news and live updates throughout the day, check out ABC News streaming on Disney+.